Hello everyone, this is KingVector and welcome to a video showcasing to you behind the scenes, I guess, patch notes and whatnots, as I would like to call it, literally everything new that we have received as information, such as new content, patch notes, GTA Plus updates, and more, right after this DLC has released. So without further ado, let me get right into it. So I'm going to go over some previous news topics I haven't gone over yet for my latest weekly update news video. So this is of course going to be one of those ones because the new DLC release, so I hope you guys understand. You can apparently claim 1 day of Discord Nitro by watching GTA 6's trailer 2, which was quite an interesting reward to get back in June 13th. Of course, I watched the trailer, but I never got this 1 day of Nitro, but sometime earlier down the road, I got 7 free days of Nitro, so I was still happy with that, so thanks Discord for saying, yeah, your pointless offer is extremely pointless, Rockstar. Speaking of other serious news, GTA Land Money Friends obviously has arrived today, so there is that piece of information that they were speaking about. From Test 2, they said we can now own the car wash in Strawberry as a front for a new money laundering operation with the updates that we've already gotten as of today. Post-op van sell missions for motorcycle club businesses will finally be disabled. Hallelujah. In fact, it is actually. I'm grateful Rockstar did that. The only thing I'm happy about this DLC, I think, as far as I'm concerned. I have yet to actually test the gameplays and the water is out, but I'll do that in a separate video. Owning the new Smoke on Water dispensary in Higgins Helitors will increase your earnings from both your wheat farm and air freight cargo businesses, as Rockstar has described in their newswire in terms of what is to come. But of course, we're going to go through the numbers later on in this video, so stay tuned for those who are interested. Everyone on June 17th, have an A1 day. Yeah, everyone just quit. No, actually, no, never mind. That's the car wash. Never mind. I thought people were quitting their jobs just to go home and play the new update, but I guess this kind of I don't even know the irony. They're leaving their car wash job just to play the car wash DLC, basically. This bug that was brought up by Gilly Master a couple days ago, where someone could simply switch their Avengers location from the hangar to the facility. It apparently caused a widespread bug where if there was less than 16 players in a session, everyone would be kicked out of their vehicles, no matter what kind of vehicle you're in. But if there's more than 16 players in the same session, the entire game would crash, from what I've heard. But if this has been patched, thank goodness this has been patched. It was pretty broken, actually. In terms of new vehicles, we have the following vehicles, part of Legendary Motorsport. We officially have the Ducati Rapid GTX, the Ubermatt Sentinel GT, I think it's called, which is actually pretty badass, I would say, in my opinion, and the Karen Everin RS. Obviously, I don't remember the names off the top of my head as of yet. Also, looking at the Dinka LSM Jester RR, you can finally remove that livery from that vehicle. It was finally patched as of this update DLC, so now this car isn't as scummy as it used to be, or scammy rather, I would say, where you have to pay an extra $1 million to have a permanent livery. Now you can actually get rid of it if you wanted to. Thank goodness for that. We also have on the Sasa website the Karen Woodlander. That's actually interesting. I wonder if that's supposed to be a Dodge Journey, but as far as I'm concerned, it kind of looks like it. We also have a Annis Hardy, which I don't know what vehicle that's supposed to be, but it looks like a mix of a Nissan 240SX in the rear with the front being some whatever box front shape refrigerator vehicle looking thing. I don't know what it's supposed to be, but still, that's my impression anyways. And in the Warstock website, we officially have a police bike, which I've been wondering even from a couple days ago when I was doing some rerun missions or some setup or source missions where I had to get the police bike and deliver to your business because the cargo was stored in there. I was wondering to myself if we are actually going to get this vehicle. We finally got it. Now my next question is, when are we going to get the Cucket D5 Pursuit? Because I really want to try out a roleplay with Need for Speed Most Wanted vehicles, and the Cucket D10 simply doesn't fit well enough in my opinion. Also give us better spoilers for that car, please and thanks. My opinion anyways, I'm not speaking against the vehicles. There's pretty good vehicles in my opinion, really good actually, but that's just my opinion on those vehicles. If you guys have your own opinion, I respect that. Respect mine, I'll respect yours. Thank you for that. Now I'm going to move on to the fact that there's a new hands-on car wash business in which it simply costs 1 million. Wow. Wow. reasonable, I guess. Maybe. Maybe. Okay. I don't know if the tints cost anything, but I'm gonna assume it's another $25,000. I would assume, but I'm gonna check out the gameplay in another video, so to confirm my suspicions in that video, if you guys want to check that out, go right ahead. Video's gonna come out later on in this night. I'll do my best anyways. So if you go up to the car wash, you can purchase for $1 million, and they said approaching the mom and pop aesthetic is all the rage right now, as it's discreetly storing your laundered revenue, so on, so on. And yeah, car wash. You get to wash cars for a couple dollars. That's great. GT Plus members have early access to the Suzume, Tampa GT, and Minimus at the Vinewood Car Club, which, if I remember correctly, which I'm going to make a video on GTA Plus's new benefits for the month of, I guess, July, I would assume. I'm going to see if these vehicles uniquely have limited time liveries, but in case they don't, I'm still going to make a direct update on this on its own video, so if you guys want to stay tuned for that, go right ahead. So here's the Suzume, here is the Tampa GT, and here is the Minimus, as far as I'm concerned. Okay, that's fine. This car, though, actually, kind of looks like a Blade, but I still wonder. So Rockstar have added a second RTGA bounce to GTA 5 enhanced settings. So now there is, wow. We got more graphics options finally in the enhanced version on PC. Beautiful. Expanded operations. We have expansions on Higgins Helitours, which boosts your air freight cargo value, and Smoke on the Water, which boosts your wheat farm product value as well. So if you want to find the properties over here, I assume you have to purchase a car wash first. Assuming it's available, then you'll be able to purchase the Helitours in the wheat shop, obviously, which is not to be confused with any motorcycle club businesses, and it only would benefit, like I've said, a boost in profits from specifically product from your wheat farm and either the air freight cargo value as well, if you decide to purchase either one or both of these properties. If I explain it right, anyways. So here we have $900,000 Higgins Helitours. Wow, we actually went under $1 million. I'm shocked. Interesting. And we have Smoke on the Water for $850,000. Man, $850,000 for a bar or whatever. Looks like one, anyways. That's crazy. Obviously, though, you can, of course, edit the tint in either or properties. So there is that. I wonder if they will cost money as well, because the person only clicked on the stock tints. Don't know if it's going to cost $25,000 more or a couple extra, but like I said, like I keep saying, I'll say again, I'll make a separate video right after this showcasing to you basically my impressions and gameplay on seeing it first-handedly. Now, apparently, matches are coming to GTA Online in the upcoming winter updates. However, as far as I'm concerned, this only looks like leaked content as far as I'm concerned. At least that's my first impressions on that, but I found out about this a little more later on from people taking screenshots, so I can't really say if it's 100% leaked or if it's just teasers at this point, but still, looks like we might have the ability to purchase mansions, which some people of course had made some opinions on, where they're asking if there's anything that says mansions look like it just be luxury apartments, but of course someone's like they weren't very subtle with the names. It looks like they were leaking some source codes, which is quite interesting. Even Tellarius was like, hell, only Rockstar's probably just gonna give 2 vehicle spaces at this point because that's Rockstar. Probably. Of course, even Tez2 has made his note on this little teaser leak, I guess, whatever it wants to be called. Beyond that, though, the NS Hardy can be used for taxi work with the taxi import livery selected, which is, look, it looks like a Nissan 240 SX, or, you know, at the back. It looks interesting. It looks like a really boxed version of it. I don't know what, but still interesting. It's just, that's the first impression I get out of it when I see it. So, anyways, like I said, you can now remove the livery on the renamed LS Carmi Jester RR. It's so clean. That is brilliant. You can finally remove the LS Carmi Electric Dragon livery. That is beautiful. That's the only livery you have on that vehicle. What the fuck? Purchase a police bike and obtain the limited time exclusive Summer Highway Patrol outfit. I guess you have to purchase it this week, I would likely assume. Quickie Farm, successfully complete all deliveries 5 times to unlock the Quickie Farm livery for the Sentinel. That's what it's called, the Sentinel GTS. in GTA Online. So you can unlock this delivery by just completing all deliveries 5 times. So someone was like, so the 30 deliveries for one livery, 30 deliveries for one livery. That sounds like a tongue twister on its own. I'm sorry. Also, the trade price, you get the trade price for completing all deliveries one time. Well, why would they give a lesser requirement for a trade price but give a greater requirement for the main price? I don't, maybe. How does that make sense? What did I don't understand this. Moving on though, teasing the next DLC on this DLC's launch day, and we once hoped to see the teasers a week or two prior to release. My bad, Rockstar. Yeah, it's not the fact that Rockstar like directly revealed it to us, it's just someone decided to leak it to us, and now everyone's like, oh hey, there's some leaks, there's something going on, oh yeah, look at this new stuff. But speaking of which, seems that they're already spotting locations with a new sign. It seems as though we might be getting those locations right there, as we can see, which I find is quite interesting. I kind of enjoy that little shortcut, the parking lot and whatever. But it looks like that's where the locations might actually be at, so that's some images. So I guess it can't really be called leaks anymore since someone actually took photos of them from the in-game, which is interesting. Someone of course had leaked some more source codes and whatever from the background, showcasing teaser features 3 missions for Mr. Faber's client, which is interesting on its own. You can pet dogs in GTA Online, but apparently they're only through mission specific requirements, where if you don't want the dogs to be chasing and biting your ass, you have to shake some dog bowls and they're gonna go to the food and eat the food and be happy finally, because I guess they're starving little munchkins who are just wanted to eat something for the past week. But of course the owner has taught them that if I don't shake the bowl, you don't eat, so you have to shake the bowl, and the dog's like oof oof okay, and then you go num num num, and then they're happy or something. I don't freaking know. Like someone said, it's sad you have to kill some of the missions, but someone's like, you can distract these ones with tins of dog food. You can only pet them when you fed them. And someone's like, how do you feed them? And they're like, go over to the bowl, interact with it. The dog will head to the bowl and eat the food. Nice. It'd be cool if we got tennis balls to throw them. Tell them to catch a grenade. Oh, yeah. Moving on. Rockstar is dropping 6 more vehicles next week and teasing new content through future events. That is actually crazy. I'm gonna go through those that information later on in this video. I'm not gonna go over it right now because I've of course taken a step of this uniquely separately at the end of this video somewhere. So stay tuned for that for those who are interested. Unless you've of course, well, read it yourself, then it's totally fine. Anyways, getting down to the numbers, like I've said earlier in this video, here it is. Hands-on car wash increases your counterfeit cash product value by 35% more. That is actually pretty good. Smoke on the Water increases your wheat farm product value by 35% more. And Higgins Helitors increases your air freight cargo value by only 10% more. So now instead of having $30,000 crates, you're actually going to be having $33,000 crates because of this boost. Pretty crazy actually, but still could do better. In my opinion anyways. The game's already 12 years old. Like, just boost, amp it up a little bit, Rockstar. Just you know, 35% to everything else, thanks. One thing that's important to note though, does any of these boosts also impact the production of nightclub goods or their value? They do not. Someone else has of course showcased the locations of those signs again, where it's showcased there's 2 locations for the upcoming property with construction props. They're going to be a teaser in the future. It seems these will be entirely new buildings. I was thinking if it was the auditorium that was going to be a completely new building, but I guess they're going to have floating mansions in that spot. I would be sad to see those parking lots disappear actually. But if we're going to have new map changes, that's I wonder how that's going to work out actually. I really do. Of course, Rockstar has released a trailer for this new DLC, showcasing use iconic local businesses to funnel dirty cash into your criminal network and money fronts. Today's new update to GTA Online. Pretty crazy. Now let's go over some patch notes, finally, now that I've gone through the earlier news of, let's say, Twitter. So, Rockstar Support has of course released some patch notes for this new update, calling it Money Fronts DLC, I guess. So their new content, last updated June 17, 2025, they have said a lot of things. It goes through snips, so stay tuned with this if you guys are interested. Whoever's watching anyways, whoever wants to know everything, because I'm showcasing quite literally everything there is to know about this. So they said, new content, the Money Fronts update adds a network of new money laundering businesses for players to manage free mode content, vehicles, and a range of experience improvements. So it goes over the first part right here. Money laundering operation. Players can purchase 3 new businesses that each provide access to a range of new money laundering operations across Los Santos. These include free mode money laundering work and missions for Mr. Faber. Money laundering business owners can launch money laundering work from either a computer or by phoning Raf, a new contact, in free mode. Interesting. As players complete money laundering or work for Mr. Faber, their respective businesses will gain heat that can be cleared by completing legitimate business work. This update will come with new awards and career progress challenges. And career progress challenges can be completed on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Grand Theft Auto 5 Enhanced on PC. Hands-on Car Wash, the central hub of the new money laundering operation. Players must first purchase the Hands-on Car Wash before being able to expand with 2 further businesses, Higgins Elevators and Smoke on the Water. Car Wash owners also gain access to the following bonuses: a save that gains passive income over time, increasing with the number of different businesses a player owns. This includes businesses previously added to GT Online. A bonus to counterfeit cash factory sell missions, and washing... Okay. And washing personal vehicles at the Hands-on Car Wash is now free. Oh, you're able to wash your car in GT Online before? What's the point of that? Just go to LS Customs and just repair your car and just all the dirt disappears just like that. They're more magical. That's well, thanks. I guess my car's still gonna look like trash because I smashed it 57 times before coming to the car wash, but at least it's gonna look cleaner now. Higgins Elevators. In addition to money laundering operations, Higgins Elevators owners will gain access to the following bonuses: a bonus to air freight cargo missions, and the ability to spawn owned helicopters at the business, including a new Higgins Maverick, which is included as part of the business purchase. And Smoke on the Water. In addition to money laundering operations, Smoke on the Water owners will gain access to the following bonuses: a bonus to weed farm sell missions, and a daily weed package collectible that can be gathered for cash and RP. And Quickie from Medical Courier. Players can launch a new repeatable job in Los Santos, delivering medical supplies as fast as they can to earn cash and RP. This cannot be accessed when part of an organization or a motorcycle club. Vehicle. 7 new vehicles have been added to the Overflood Suzume, which is a supercar. This vehicle will be exclusively available to GTA Plus members until June 26th, which is when this weekly update is supposed to end, by the way, for this week, when it will then be made available for general purchase. They also added the Dubaki Rapid GTX sports car, the Karen Woodlander SUV with an HSW upgrade only for the enhanced versions, Vermont Sentinel GTS sports car, the Annis Hardy sedan, the Karen Everin RS SUV, and a Western Police Bike Emergency, a law enforcement vehicle. And purchasing this vehicle will also grant the player a new Summer Highway Patrol outfit. Doesn't look like they said it's limited time, so I guess you can purchase it anytime you want, but the earlier the better for whoever wants it, in case they decide to make it a limited time offer. The following vehicles are also returning for general sale, which is quite crazy, which is actually the only one of the first things I was looking forward to in this new update. I'm gonna make a video on this separately, so don't worry about this. It may come out later tomorrow, if I do my best to do that later on. So I hope you guys stay tuned for that. Whenever this does release, I'll do my best to make it the earliest as possible, though, like I've done previously with the previous DLC updates when I announced those. So they released the following vehicles for general sale. It can now be upgraded inside an owned agency mod shop or Vinewood Club Garage with the Imani Tech Missile Lock-on Jammer upgrades. So they brought back the following vehicles: the Albani Hermes, the Annis Hellion, the Benefactor Shafter LWB, and the Benefactor Shafter LWB Armored, the Benefactor XLS, the Benefactor XLS Armored, the Coil Raiden, the Dinka Akuma, Emperor ETR-1, Enos Cognoscenti, Ignis Cognoscenti Armored, Enos Paragon R, Lampadati Viserys, Ocelot Swinger, Overflood Immorgan, Pegasi Torero, Fister 811, Fister Comet, Progen GP1, Progen Tyrus, Shyster Deviant, Shitsu Hakuchu, Ubermot Revolter, Ubermot SC1, Ubermot Zion Classic, and the Vapid Stanier. I know there was one person who reached out to me in the comments a couple months ago that I remember, who was looking forward to the Paragon R being temporarily released in the showrooms because they wanted that car badly, as well as the Winnie Easy Sport, if I remember correctly. It's too bad they didn't bring the Winnie Easy back, but they did bring the Paragon R back, so there's that at least. And in addition, the following vehicles can also be upgraded inside an owned agency mod shop or Huawei Club Garage with the Imani Tech Missile Lock-on Jammer upgrade. These vehicles have already been in existence in the websites, so these aren't removed website vehicles, but they are vehicles that now feature these upgrades. So now we have upgrades on the Albani VSTR, the Anis Euros, the Anis Remus, the Benefactor Dubsta 6x6, that's crazy, the Bravado Dorado Cruiser, the Declasse Impaler LX, the Gallivanter Baller LE LWB Armored, Karen Kaliko GTF, Karen Karuma, Nagasaki Shinobi, Obe 10F, Obe 10F Wide Body, Ocelot Jugular, Overflood Entity MT, Pegasi Torero XO, Principe Devastate, Shitsu Hakuchu Drag, Vapid Contender, Vapid Dominator, Vapid Dominator ASP, Vapid Dominator FX Interceptor, Vapid Dominator GTT, Vapid Unmarked Cruiser, and Western Reaver. I'm actually surprised they put these upgrades on the Vapid Dominator. Now the Dominator has so many upgrades to it, but it's still missing a Benny's upgradable version to have like more of a wide body kit. Maybe if you want to add that to it, better spoilers, maybe roof scoops, different hoods. It would be so exciting. Different liveries especially. I can't wait for that actually. The moment they release a Dominator custom from Benny's, I'll be happy. I want to have a Bullet custom. I want to have a Dominator custom. I want to be able to modify those vehicles and make them look bulky and delicious. Rockstar, please. Economy updates. Base AP for arena points. Reward rates for all Arena Wars content have been increased by double the base amount. Experience improvements. Several experience improvements have been made to GTLN as part of this update. Players can now choose to skip mini cutscenes that take place during missions, provided they have been viewed once before. The countdown before global signals highlight players on cell missions have been increased to 60 seconds for all affected businesses. The Boxville Van Delivery Vehicle Biker cell mission has been removed. Yes! Goodbye! Players can now choose to cancel many ongoing boss works via the phone job list. Ammunition used during survivals will now be restocked when players return to free mode. Finally, the RC Bandito and Invade and Persuade tank vehicles can now be disrupted via EMP blasts. The cooldowns for requesting the RC Bandito and Invade and Persuade tank have been increased to 5 minutes, in line with nano drones. Players can now launch taxi work while driving a drift-tuned Ubermat Cypher with the Drift Taxi livery equipped. That is crazy. You're drifting your clients to their destination. That's crazy. That would be actually. That sounds fun. That sounds like an experience on its own. Players can now choose from the following options when hosting a Rockstar-created race. Ghost until first checkpoint, Ghost going the wrong way. Finally, they've been speaking about this for over a year and they finally added it just now. It's crazy. I remember Rockstar speaking about race griefing back when they just released the Operation Trail missions, if I remember what those are, somewhere around the Drug Wars DLC. I remember them speaking about it then, but finally they've added it today. That's great, finally. The rank requirement for unlocking access to survivals has been removed. Hallelujah. Player and job reporting header style has been updated. Player reporting, yeah, it's how to glorify its uselessness, I guess. Welcome screen has been adjusted to include a disclosure about social features. Player and job reporting flow confirmation screens have been adjusted to reference the updated additional resources page. Suspension and ban alert screens have been adjusted to reference the updated community resources page. Messages in the safety alert space now include timestamps. Okay. How to re-glorify its absolute uselessness, of course, but thanks. GTA Plus updates. GTA Plus members now get a second daily spin of the Dame Casino Lucky Wheel. Creator updates. Updates have been added to the creator. Players now have the option to force a specific aim mode when playing a job in all creators. Track pieces that were previously exclusive to Lunar New Year stunt races are now available in the stunt race creator. Oh my gosh. Players can now alter the wave preparation time in the survival creator. GTA 5 Enhanced Lighting Enhancements. An option to enable high-resolution ray trace reflections has been added to GTA 5 Enhanced. An option to have a second ray bounce for RTGI has been added to GTA 5 Enhanced. Fixes. The Money Front update brings a range of fixes to various issues. Game stability and performance. Fix multiple crashes and issues affecting stability that occurred in GTA 5. They always say that, even though it's just there just to look good but not do anything beyond that. Matchmaking and networking. Fix multiple issues that affected network stability in GTA Online. How much more do you have to fix? It's already still shit ass broken. Now we have a lot of content updates featuring the following. Fixed an issue that resulted in custom weapon loadouts being inaccessible during FIB files prep missions. Fixed an issue that resulted in players getting stuck after entering the elevator during the Brute Force file finale. Fixed an issue that resulted in players getting stuck inside Fort Zancudo during the Brute Force file finale. That was a thing. Fixed an issue that resulted in players being unable to exit the hangar after entering a helicopter during the Fine Art file approach vehicle. Fixed an issue that resulted in players getting stuck when trying to launch the black box file hacking device. Fixed an issue that resulted in players getting stuck after being attacked by a shark during Oscar Guzman Flies Again setup intel. They were attacked by a shark? No wonder I didn't play that shit. It was part that. Fixed an issue that resulted in players getting stuck after exiting the drone station during Oscar Guzman Flies Again setup intel. Fixed an issue that resulted in players being kicked out of Iron Mules after activating the jammer during Oscar Guzman Flies Again setup Iron Mule. Fixed an issue that resulted in players getting stuck after delivering the Titan 250D during Oscar Guzman Flies Again the Titan job. Fixed an issue that resulted in the Titan 250D not being present in a closing cutscene during Oscar Guzman Flies Again the Titan job. Fixed an issue that resulted in Oscar Guzman Flies Again the Titan job awarding less money than expected. You guys were poor. I'm sorry for y'all. Fixed an issue that resulted in players being unable to shoot while inside a vehicle during Most Wanted Garcia. Fixed an issue that resulted in players being respawned under the map during Most Wanted Lieberman. Fixed an issue that resulted in players falling under the map upon completing the Fleeka job. Fixed an issue that resulted in players getting stuck on a loading screen after completing a bunker resupply mission. Wow. Fixed an issue that resulted in players getting stuck inside a container when playing the ECU job finale. Fixed an issue that resulted in players being unable to deliver the EMP during LSA Operation Whistleblower. Fixed an issue that resulted in players getting stuck after respawning during Hunting Pack Get Lamar. Fixed an issue that resulted in players getting stuck on a black loading screen when attempting to enter the cockpit during Project Overthrow reporting for duty. Fixed an issue that resulted in players getting stuck in the elevator during the Dame Casino heist, the Big Con finale. Finally, they added all of these bugs in that heist. Now they're fixing them slowly but surely. Wow, good job Rockstar, it only took you 5 years. Fixed an issue that resulted in players getting stuck in the safe cracking minigame during the Cayo Perico heist finale. Fixed an issue that resulted in the Avenger not taking off during the Bugged In Problem finale. Fixed an issue that resulted in players not being able to join the lobby when trying to play the Doomsday scenario setup air defenses. Fixed an issue that resulted in players being unable to quit from the lobby of the Doomsday scenario finale. Fixed an issue that resulted in players being unable to move after using the orbital cannon during the Doomsday scenario finale. Oh, okay. Fixed an issue that resulted in players getting stuck on a loading screen after launching a motorcycle gang business cell mission. Nice. Fixed an issue that resulted in players appearing unnatural after using the sewer entrance during Assault on Cayo Perico. Fixed an issue that resulted in players equipping a knife instead of their last equipped weapon after climbing the anchor during Assault on ATT-16. Fixed an issue that resulted in Dr. Dre's vehicle not being present in cutscenes during VIP contract mission Don't Fuck With Dre. Fixed an issue that resulted in players appearing inside the agency unexpectedly when playing VIP contract mission Don't Fuck With Dre. Fix an issue that resulted in 2 helicopters appearing on top of each other during a super yacht life Bon Voyage. Fix an issue that resulted in players getting stuck when trying to start golf or darts. Fix an issue that resulted in the story mode mission complications failing unexpectedly. Dark Viper A would be happy to hear that actually. Someone bring it up to him, please. Properties. Fix an issue that resulted in players being unable to enter the Garment Factory or use the Darnell phone app following the completion of the Brute Force file infiltrate equipment. Fix an issue that resulted in players becoming stuck after entering, exiting, and re-entering their terabytes stored in the Garment Factory. By the way, these are property fixes, I guess, if they call it that. Fix an issue that resulted in players being unable to drive their personal vehicle into owned garages after exiting their office garage while another player tries to enter the vehicle. Fix an issue that resulted in players having 2 surface vehicles active in free mode by driving the terabyte out of the Garment Factory while any other surface vehicle is active. That was a thing? Interesting. Fix an issue that resulted in the exit via vehicle option on the elevator not functioning when attempting to select a pilot in the agency. Fix an issue that resulted in a terabyte not being visible in Garment Factory introduction cutscene. Fix an issue that resulted in players being unable to interact with a laptop while the radar is expanded with D-pad down in the Mackenzie Field hangar. That was the thing, okay. Fix an issue that resulted in purchase UI being presented to players who already own Mackenzie Field hangar and Garment Factory. Fixed an issue that resulted in a player becoming stuck after attempting to access the laptop inside the Mackenzie Field hangar. Fixed an issue that resulted in players being unable to launch a focus robbery after completing it as a part of another organization in a Garment Factory. Fixed an issue that resulted in players becoming stuck when attempting to leave the Garment Factory in their terabyte while they are a SecuroServe associate. That was the thing? Okay. Fixed an issue that resulted in the Garment Factory introduction cutscene not triggering. Fixed an issue that resulted in players becoming stuck after exiting the crater with a Kasatka set as their spawn location. Fixed an issue that resulted in the escape key not functioning when players open the pause menu while spectating the DJ in the music locker. Good job, Rockstar. Fixed an issue that resulted in robbery vehicles not showing in the salvage yard for organization members when the leader is not present. Fixed an issue that resulted in personal vehicles being inaccessible after forcing a remote player inside the property to transition to a different garage level in the arena workshop. Fixed an issue that resulted in players being unable to exit the VIP section of the music locker. Fixed an issue that resulted in the driver and passenger not appearing in the vehicle entry cutscene when driving into an owned property with a passenger. Okay. Fixed an issue that resulted in players spawning at Vespucci and Del Perro Beach after exiting their asset lab when it was parked outside of the freak shop. Wow. Poor guys. Fix an issue that resulted in players starting a vehicle robbery inside the salvage yard despite all 4 vehicle storage spaces being full. What? How is that an issue? That doesn't make sense to me, but anyways. Fix an issue that resulted in owned property blips appearing on the map when hide all properties is selected through the interaction menu. Fix an issue that resulted in players being unable to purchase the Eclipse Boulevard garage from the for sale sign in front of the property. Fix an issue that resulted in players not receiving a help text informing them they cannot leave various properties while on call. Fix an issue that resulted in players becoming stuck when attempting to enter another player's personal vehicle as the player entered the LS Car Meet mod shop. Okay. Fix an issue that resulted in players being unable to launch sprint races in the LS Car Meet. Fix an issue that resulted in players getting stuck entering the LS Car Meet mod shop when another player simultaneously entered their personal vehicle. Fix an issue that resulted in players becoming stuck after losing a hand of 3-card poker at the Diamond Casino and Resort. And finally, fix an issue that resulted in players becoming stuck after leaving the Cayo Perico finale planning board in the Kasatka. Fix an issue that resulted in players becoming stuck after spinning the lucky wheel at the Diamond Casino and Resort. That happened to me a few times. Fix an issue that resulted in players becoming stuck while playing blackjack at the Diamond Casino and Resort. Fix an issue that resulted in players becoming stuck in the LS Car Meet when purchasing membership or when requesting a car from their mechanic. Fix an issue that resulted in players driving their personal vehicle inside another player's auto shop. Okay. Fix an issue that resulted in players overlapping with another player's vehicle while it is being modded at the LS Car Meet. Yeah, that's crazy. Fix an issue that resulted in players losing access to their own properties after canceling Quick Join. Wow. Vehicles fixed an issue that resulted in the Visor Neo not adding to players' garages after claiming it on completion of a salvage yard robbery. That's why they put it twice in a row. Damn, Rockstar. Fixed an issue that resulted in the Terminus vehicle missing window frames when using roof modifications. Fixed an issue that resulted in the Enus Paragon S wing mirrors not changing to secondary color option when selected. Fixed an issue that resulted in the Terabyte collectible scanner showing blips for previously collected collectibles. Oh yeah, that's true, that's a thing. I forgot. Fixed an issue that resulted in the Enus Paragon S carbon hood modification not having the correct texture. Fixed an issue that resulted in the Titan 250D remaining in autopilot when its engines had been destroyed. Fixed an issue where the HSW Firebolt ASP could not be used in HSW time trials. Interesting. Fixed an issue that resulted in the Terabyte multi-lock missile battery launcher not moving when operated. Fixed an issue that resulted in the F-160 Raiju and Avenger displaying irregular takeoff behavior. Cool, now fix my Hydra being slow as heck, please. Thanks, Rockstar. Like, that's my goated OG jet to go to, not this new Raiju garbage. Please. Miscellaneous fixed an issue that resulted in players' RP and level appearing to drop unexpectedly. Fixed an issue that resulted in tattoos appearing on players unexpectedly. Fixed an issue that resulted in players becoming unarmed unexpectedly when swapping weapons. That happens to me too many times! Thanks, Rockstar. Fixed an issue that resulted in text in the pause menu appearing in italics unexpectedly. Fixed an issue that resulted in what? In text in the pause menu appearing in italics unexpectedly. That's interesting. Fixed an issue that resulted in being unable to open the interaction menu after accepting a heist invite and leaving. Well, okay. Fixed an issue that resulted in players being interrupted while using LS Customs. Yeah, when people kill the mechanic, they're like, oh, you can't use LS Customs. Finally, I can continue using it. Yay. I think that's what it means. Fixed an issue that resulted in high-top sneakers being removed from player wardrobes unexpectedly. Pfft, of course they have to care about the clothes. Fixed an issue that resulted in players being unable to join. What the fuck is this English? Fixed an issue that resulted in players being unable to join an ongoing playlist. What the hell's this English? Who wrote this? Fixed an issue that resulted in the skill matched players option not functioning when sending invites. Huh. PC. Okay. PC specifics fixed numerous issues relating to stability and security. Yeah. They're just saying that just to make it look like they did, even though just because they just want to copy paste it from previous patch notes, it really means nothing. Fixed an issue that resulted in players encountering transaction errors after completing jobs in free roam. I've had that happen too many times in the past week. Thanks for fixing that finally. PC enhanced PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series Exynos only. Fixed an issue that resulted in players being unable to claim the GT Plus free vehicle in the Vinewood Car Club when entering from the landing page. Fixed an issue that resulted in the Career Progress Hub displaying a native value stolen for the KO Perko heist. Okay. Fixed an issue that resulted in the Agents of Sabotage Career Progress Hub tier rewards being mismatched. Fixed an issue that resulted in GTA Plus members being unable to claim the free vehicle at the Vinewood Car Club while there was an ongoing mission in free mode. Finally. Maybe. Creator fixed an issue that resulted in vehicle stats appearing inconsistent between different menus. Fixed an issue with the Air Race Creator that resulted in place checkpoints being offset upwards. Fixed an issue with the random transform race creator that resulted in players being unable to test their race after placing a random transform vehicle air warp checkpoint in midair. Yay. That's interesting. Anyways, other things that they've done, I guess not. Now let's go through most of Rockstar's newswires that they've released in the past couple of days, featuring Prospa Link with Josh Baker and Raw, a new single dropping June 20th, featuring the following information. Prospa Link with Josh Baker and Raw, a new single dropping June 20th, pre-save, You Don't Own Me. Yeah, I know you don't own me, Rockstar. Prospa's run of incredible singles for Circle Local Records continues with You Don't Own Me, dropping June 20. You Don't Own Me once again pairs Prospa's signature UK club sound with the talents of a London vocalist Raw, with additional contributions from rising Mancunian producer Josh Baker to deliver a brash vocal house banger that feels familiar and fresh all at once. Pre-save You Don't Own Me now using all major digital streaming platforms and visit Circle Local Records. Now, going over Rockstar's main newswire that they've released today, money fronts being now available, channel new revenue streams of clean and dirty income through iconic local businesses in money fronts. Today's new update in GT Online. Money front sounds like a semi-update, like an incomplete, like a addition, like a DLC addition, like an add-on. It doesn't sound official, but anyways, whatever. That's my opinion. From the frenzied clubs of Tony Prince to El Rubio's narco-trafficking empire, the power of Epsilon to the gold-tinted hijinks of Yusuf Amir, they're all sustained by one thing: dirty, filthy money. And you've just been summoned by the man who oversees it all. The head of San Andreas' biggest money laundering network of shadowy financiers, the elusive Mr. Faber, has heard about you, and with the help of Martin Madrazo and Faber's fashionable fixer, Ralph de Angeli, it's time for you two to form a mutually beneficial connection. I've heard about your criminal empires. Now I need you to do something very, very dirty for me. Go wash my car. Get hands-on. Start scrubbing your criminal network's bottom line at the Hands-On Car Wash, the perfect above-board establishment to run cover for a criminal conspiracy. Dirty money flows in from all manner of back channels as you disrupt and destroy rival operations, bolster earnings from your already established unlawful endeavors, and watch the squeaky clean cash flow out. Smoke on the Water prescription cannabis. Once you purchase the Hands-On Car Wash, you can also expand your portfolio to include Smoke on the Water. Owning Vespucci Beach's premier stash spot allows you to launder more money and run interference on rival grow operations. Owning the Hands-On Car Wash also opens up the ability to take over Higgins Helitours on the Vespucci helipad. Use the business equipment to give tourists a bird's-eye view of Los Santos out front while hauling valuable cargo and taking down smugglers out back, cutting into your competitors' supply. In addition to legitimate business operations, each of the above also hides less than legal money laundering activities behind the scenes, utilizing each front's strengths and resources to support your empire's financial health. Calling up RAF or using a laptop inside your fronts can launch unique money laundering missions. Those launched from the Hands-On Car Wash will pay out double money NRP this week, and other businesses will be receiving boosts in the weeks ahead. Earnings from these laundering ops are stored in a duffel bag in your car wash's bedroom. It's all connected. Getting into the laundering game benefits your existing criminal network with extra income from your other established businesses funneling into your front operation, delivering the cash to the car wash safe. Owning the car wash also boosts all counterfeit cash factory sales from your MC business, 30% off this week by the way, while Smoke on the Water provides a bump to all weed farm sales. Operating Higgins Helitours as a front results in a lift for all air freight cargo. In other words, your air freight cargo has a significant boost in income when you own this property. Money laundering missions raise suspicion from the authorities in the form of heat on your various fronts. Businesses with heat will be blipped with caution signals on the map and require you to cool things back down via legal activity before generating further passive income. Clean up customer vehicles at the car wash, then return them to the client for a cash payment. Delivering bales of organic product from Smoke on the Water and conducting landmark tours with a Higgins Company Maverick also lowers any heat that builds up on those respective ventures while also providing a payout. So finally, does that mean that we won't be flooded with raids back to back every like 5 seconds after just completing a previous one, and now every business deals with heat? So when the heat finally maxes out, then you will get raided? I hope that's what it means, otherwise I would still be annoyed at how things have already been running, not at this. This actually sounds like a more organized way to predict when your business is going to get raided. Mr. Faber Work. Who are you? You look like Mafia Man. Anyways, Mr. Faber Work. Professional money laundering services are in high demand, and Mr. Faber's clients are not patient people. Lend your problem-solving expertise to the man behind the scenes and help his other clients in Mr. Faber Work by recovering stolen assets, escorting valuable cargo, and dealing with rival outfits. Use the laptop inside any of your money laundering businesses, or call Ralph directly to assist with Mr. Faber Work for GT Money NRP rewards, plus an added bonus once it's been scrubbed off any traces of its shady origins. Completing Mr. Faber Work raises the heat on the associated business it's launched from, so remember to keep up appearances with illegal activities to keep the funds rolling in uninterrupted. Of course, I've already went over this before, but might as well go over it again. These are some of the new vehicles that have been released as of this week. Of course, the Overclocked Suzume uniquely available to GT Plus members this week, but will become available for purchase as of next week that they've said. But other vehicles features the Karen Woodlander. It really looks like a Dodge Journey. I don't know why. That's the first impression I get out of it. And we also have the Dubaki Rapids GTX, which actually looks interesting. I'll say that. The Annis Hardy, not interesting in a bad way. It looks okay. The Annis Hardy, it looks like a box on wheels. I don't know. I'm sorry. The Karen Everin RS. What are all of those details? Oh my gosh. The Ubermatt Sentinel GTS. It looks like a reused Cypher. Anyways, Money Friends introduces 6 new vehicles, including the Overclocked Suzume, a supercar that's available early to GT Plus members through June 25th and free for members to claim at the Vinewood Car Club until July 16th. Bring the rustic vibes of Paleto Forest wherever you go with a Karen Woodlander SUV and reinforce it like a San Andreas Redwood with a House Special Works upgrade on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC Enhanced. The Karen Everin RS SUV takes the big ego energy of the previous Everin model and amplifies it to a level as obnoxious as the guy blasting recreationary country music on Vespucci Beach. Plus, there's a super responsive Dubaki Rapids GTX sports car, the new Annis Hardy sedan, and more to come. A vast number of vehicles are also returning to showrooms and websites with missile lock-on jammer capability, with a total of 50 additional vehicles now eligible for this upgrade through Imani Tech. We also have this new vehicle. Does witnessing a driver running a red light spike your blood pressure? Live out your vigilante dreams atop the Western Police bike? Yes, it does. Definitely. In dispatch work, obviously it really does. And suit up in the bundled summer highway patrol outfit to enjoy all the illusions of authority with none of the responsibility. I swear what annoys me more is people texting behind a red light. The moment the light turns green, they're still sitting there for 20 seconds. New GT Plus member benefits, obviously, because what's an update without GT Plus updates, right? In addition to early access on the free-to-claim Overclocked Suzume, GT Plus members also now get a second daily spin of the Lucky Wheel. For more on all the latest GT Plus member benefits and to sign up, don't go there, please. It's not worth it. They don't provide any security updates to you. Let me just move on. And more, like I showcased earlier in this video, and here might go again. You can also now dip your toe in the world of Quickie Farm medical career gig work, delivering equipment to centers in need behind the wheel of the Ubermatt Sentinel GTS sports car and unlocking a trade prize for this coveted ride in the process. The enhanced version of GT5 on PC is also getting improvements to ray trace reflections and global illumination. There's plenty more coming to GT Line in the weeks and months ahead, including 6 more vehicles arriving next week, a new gig as a transporter of high-value goods, and more. Ooh, interesting. And all that to a jam-packed calendar with events in GT Online commemorating Independence Day, 2 adventurous modes set on Cayo Perico, new drift-capable vehicles, a law enforcement-focused community challenge, Halloween celebrations, a law enforcement-focused community challenge. Oh hell yeah, that sounds like my thing. Halloween celebrations and much more on the horizon. I'm definitely doing law enforcement. I'm doing it. And finally, just because I want to, make the GT Plus people happy, to make them actually feel cared about. Let me go over some GT Plus news that Rockstar has released earlier on, which I'm going to make a video on specifically, separately from this later in this week, earlier on, but as soon as I could possible. So stay tuned for that for those who are interested. But here are some of the general details of GT Plus's new stuff. GT Plus members get early access to claim the new Overclocked Suzume supercar, plus money laundering bonuses, an extra spin on the Lucky Wheel every day, and more. With the launch of GT Online Money Fronts, GT Plus members get early access to the sizzling new Overclocked Suzume supercar, wrapped in an exclusive livery and yours to claim for free through July 16. Members can also now spin the Diamond Casino and Resorts Lucky Wheel twice a day, clean up with double money entropy on the all-new money laundering missions, show out with new apparel and chameleon paints, and much more. You can claim the new Overflight Suzume early. Get ahead of the curve with early access to the all-new Overflight Suzume Supercar, a low-slung, high-performance supercar straight out of sci-fi paired with the exclusive CyberGrafx livery for an otherworldly edge. Head to the Vinewood Car Club to test it out or add it straight to your garage before the rest of Los Santos gets a look. The Vinewood Car Club also offers GT Plus members an early access opportunity for 2 additional new vehicles, the Ennis Minima Sedan and the Declasse Tampa GT Muscle Car. Test drive and purchase these at a discount before they're available to non-members on June 26. Oh, we're getting those vehicles next week. Interesting. Get an extra lucky wheel spin every day. Get a second spin at the lucky wheel each day at the Diamond Casino and Resort, the latest addition to the roster of persistent benefits available to GTA Plus members. Plus, claim 10 times the daily chips from the cashier on the main floor through July 16. Whether you're doubling down at the tables or just flexing your VIP status, the house is feeling generous. I'm looking at that and I'm thinking to myself, if people stopped subscribing to GTA Plus, we all would have had that at some point. They really don't understand. New Chameleon paints. Turn heads with light holographic chameleon paint and matching light holographic chameleon wheel paint to give your ride an iridescent glow that's impossible to ignore. You can also get Magnetit's bomber zip jacket and track pants, a sharp coordinated look build for cleaning cars, laundering cash, and rolling deep with style. Double money NRP on new money laundering missions, which you can line your pockets with double rewards on every cash cleaning gig this month, from scrubbing secrets at the hands-on car wash to cannabis courier work for Smoke on the Water and hush-hush jobs flying out of Higgins Helitours. From June 17th to 25th, money laundering missions are awarding double money NRP to all players, which equates to a whopping quadruple rewards for GTA Plus members. Keep an eye out for additional extra bonuses in the weeks ahead. You guys also have 30% off the new hands-on car wash. Give your criminal operations a squeaky clean front by purchasing the hands-on car wash. Your entry points to the new money laundering missions and GTA Online money fronts and discounted at 30% off for GTA Plus members. Pull up your iFruit and head to the Maze Bank foreclosures to purchase the hands-on car wash or go straight to the property location in South Los Santos. How Specialworks discounts boost performance and style for half the price. GT Plus members get 50% off all HSW upgrades, or a little bit more if you're wrenching from the Vinewood Club Garage's vehicle workshop. And much more, where GT Plus members also receive a monthly deposit of $500,000 automatically delivered upon billing to their Maze Bank account and get a 15% GTA money bonus with member-only shark cards. Members also grants you access to the 100 vehicle storage capacity of the Vinewood Club Garage and its vehicle workshop. Use the Vinewood Club app on your iFruit to request vehicles and claim outstanding business earnings. Plus special discounts at the Gun Van, access to download and play classic Rockstar Games titles with the GT Plus games library, shorter cooldowns and waived costs at the Downtown Capco, and more. And as far as I'm concerned, that is literally everything new with this update. Hope you guys did enjoy this video as best as I tried to showcase to you all the information you may need or wants to know that's new as of this DLC. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys did find this informative, and if you did, like and subscribe. And of course, I don't expect you to watch this all an entire day, but take your time. If you really want to have some noise in the background, go right ahead while you're playing a game. I would definitely appreciate it. If you even had my video up playing in the background, listening to me speak and make this video for you while you're doing your own thing, it's totally up to you. The watch time is always appreciated, but never forced. Thank you guys for watching. Have yourselves a great GTA Online experience for the next couple of months, I guess. Now it's time for me to check out the gameplay in another video. Stay tuned for that for those who are interested. Take care.